Hey guys, how's it going? This is Bert, and I am the Tarot Pharaoh. Today I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross reading for y'all. The decks I'm going to be using is here, the Revelation Tarot by Zach Wong. This is a very radiant and dazzling deck that depicts stained glass imagery. It also shows both the upside image and the reverse image as well. Hey guys, I will also appreciate it if at the end of this video I can leave me some feedback. I got some music playing in the background to help save some time instead of adding music to the video. And I want your feedback to see if y'all can hear me clear throughout the video. So just let me know, okay? So here I'm going to be using this deck to do Celtic Cross spread. The Celtic Cross spread is a 10 card spread, and it's a very good and popular spread known throughout the tarot world. With the Celtic Cross spread, you can find out specific problems to a situation, and it's also a very good spread to use for a general reading. Now, there's some tarot card readers out there who will argue against me, saying that the Celtic Cross spread is not a good spread used for a general reading. I butt some heads for some people, but from my experience, I've been doing this for 10 years and everything, the Celtic Cross is a very good spread for a general reading to get a general feel for a person who don't have a specific question. So that's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to do the Celtic Cross spread on myself, and the question is, I'm asking my deck is just give me a general outline of what's going on inside my world. So let's get started, guys. By the way, this deck is also by Llewellyn Publishing, and throughout the years they have gotten so much better with their deck boxes. I can remember I bought this deck back in May. It was like one of my first decks I bought in the first time in 6 years, because I have my previous deck is known as my previous deck is right here, and it was a deck done by Cairo Machete. And it's a beautiful deck, but I had this deck here for since 2000 and the end of 2010, beginning of 2011. So I have had it for a long time, and this was the only deck I used. But I felt like it was time to move on from that deck. And when I got the deck box for that, it was in a flimsy box and everything. You had to open it from the top, and it didn't hold the cards after that. But it did come with a really nice bag to put your cards in. I no longer have that bag, unfortunately. So go ahead and get started here. So the Celtic Cross is a 10 card spread. It's very useful. It gives you a lot of detail all at once about a situation or problem going on. Now, I know one thing you will notice as time goes on, I post more videos to Facebook and YouTube. You're gonna see that I do different styles of drawing my card. Sometimes I do the fan mode, where I just slide my cards against the table to get them to fan out real fast, and I'll draw a card that way. But I like doing that for like a 1 card spread, 3 card spread, 4 card spreads. But something for this volume, this mini cards in a spread, I'm going to do a table wash draw, as I call it. So let's get started. I'm asking my deck here to give me a general reading of what's going on in my life right now. And doing this table wash draw, you just gotta separate all the cards and fan them out. At least that's how I like to do it, To each their own, of course. I found this method to be very, very effective. And because originally when I got started, I was just drawing the cards from the top. And my friends were used to help me practice my tarot readings by letting me practice on them. And I remember one of my friend Bella, she was like, hey, why don't we just spread the cards against the table and draw out that way? It'd be more random, more unpredictable, and you'll be drawing the right cards. And ever since then, it's been working fabulous. So I love this. So I got 10 cards here. Set these off to the side. Now let's get started. Now, the way I draw my cards, I got the last card on top, so I always start with the last card first when I'm laying out the spread. So this is the 10th position here. Making sure y'all can see it all the way. Ninth, 8th, 7th. Here we go. Six, 5, 4, 3, now this second card, this is the upright position that I drew it in, and it's going to be laid down this way. This is what crosses the first card. So first card, second card. I'm trying to adjust my camera to make sure y'all can see everything. I hope that's better for you guys. Let's get started. So the first card here we got the Fool reverse. Interesting. The second card here, we got the 9 of Cups, and that's reversed. As I said earlier, this is the way I drew the card, and that's the way I lay it down, so it's reversed. And I'm going to go back over and tell you what the positions means as we go throughout it. This third card here. Well, no, I want to let y'all know now. This first position, this first card, this is the base. This is the situation. This is what's going on right now. This second card is what crosses the situation. This is the obstacle. This is what the challenges are. This is what's kind of blocking or causing the problems for the situation. Now this card right here, this is what lies below the situation. And this card here, this is like this card is like very, very, very in the past. This is what started the problems or led to the situation in the very first place. Here we got the Eight of Swords reversed. Now here is what falls behind the situation. This is the card of the past, or more so the most recent past. This is more the distant past, and this is what started in the first place, and this is the most recent past. So let's go ahead and flip that over. I got the Two of Cups reversed. I got a lot of reversals today. Reversals are not bad. You just think of the reversal as giving 78 new meanings to the cards. See, I'm not even paying attention. Here's the fifth card. This is what crowns us. This is a possible outcome. Different version of the Celtic Cross spread says this card is a present card. I don't agree with that. The way and I have experienced all the Celtic Cross spread, and this is the best method for me. This is the possible outcome, or what may be, and this is the more favorable outcome. This 10th card here, this is the outcome, but this is the outcome if things continue to go the way they are, and you don't take any of the advice or change anything that you got from out of this tarot card reading. And I got the King of Pentacles reversed. Interesting turnout so far. Now right here, this is what lies ahead of us, or this is the going to be the near future. And I got the Magician reverse. And as I said earlier, I did the table wash draw, and you saw me pick the cards out. It wasn't like I shuffled the deck and laid them out from off top of the deck. No, I drew these cards out, and this is the way they came out. So for me, when I start to see a lot of reversals, I see a lot of blockages or obstacles going on in my life right now. This seventh card right here, this position represents how I think of myself, or how do I regard my own self-worth, my thoughts, everything that I think of myself, my self-esteem. How do I value myself? And I got the King of Swords. And now I want to tell you right now, before even going any further, and I know you can't see that whole entire card. I do apologize, guys. There we go. I'm going to have to buy a right lens for this camera when I get a chance. I'm adjusting this a little bit, so if you see the video shaking, I apologize. I just want to be able to capture everything that's going on in the video. So that can be pushed up. This can be pushed up. That can be pushed up. Aha, we got everything now. So, King of Swords. I'm sorry for the glare. I can't help that right now. Now this position right here, this is my environment. This position tells me what's happening in my surrounding area, my current environment, or what my friends and family may think of me. And I got the Judgment. This card right here represents our hopes and fears. Got the King of Wands. And this last card is the outcome. And I got the Emperor reversed. In tarot, we have two groups of cards, two categories. We got the Major Arcana and we got the Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana are bigger lessons and forces that we cannot change throughout our lives, where the Minor Arcana are the smaller lessons that we gotta learn, and these are things that we can change. These are outcomes, or I want to say these are outcomes, these are lessons, these are virtues, these are things that we can change going on. These are occurrences and events going on in our lives that we can take control and change. The reason I'm mentioning this is because going throughout this card, throughout this spread, I have 1, this Fool, 2, the Magician, 3, Judgment, and 4, the Emperor. I got 4 major arcana that popped up throughout this reading. What this already tells me that I got some major things going on in my life that needs to be addressed, and these things are kind of out of my control, and I just gotta roll with it. And the rest of the cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are minor arcanas. Now, looking at this spread already, let me explain one other thing. So I said we got the major arcanas and we got the minor arcana. With the minor arcana, there's also a subgroup that falls within the minor arcanas. The minor arcanas are cards that represent 4 elements: water, cups, fire, wands, air, swords, earth, pentacles. They're labeled 1 through 10. And then after that 10th card, we got 4 court cards, which are usually depicted by people, and they represent as the page, the queen, the knight, and the king. And I got 4 of those court cards. No, my bad. I got 3 court cards that showed up throughout this reading, and they're all kings. All kings. And I got one of those kings are reversed, and that's right here, the King of Pentacles. And here I got the King of Swords and the King of Wands. Now, whenever a king or a court card pops up, it can the court cards are usually the most difficult cards and tarot cards to master the meaning for. Just for the reason is the court cards have different meanings, unlike the rest of the cards. Every single card have multiple meanings, but the court cards are the most dynamic and in-depth cards in the whole entire tarot deck, because they can represent a person that's not you. These cards can represent you. These cards can represent an environment, or these cards can have a message or meaning of their own, like the rest of the cards. And it's up to me, the reader, to figure out what is the meaning based on the layout of the card. With the court cards, if it's a person, we usually like to say is either is somebody who embodies the energies that the court cards represent, or 2 is based off their astrological symbol or the horoscopes, such as Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Leo. All those horoscopes, we can base it off of that. Now here we got this 7th position, and this is how I think of myself. This is how I regard myself. These are my thoughts about my well-being, my self-worth, how I value myself. And we got the King of Swords. Now, I am an Aquarius. I am born February 2nd. I'm falling within the Aquarius zodiac, and Aquarius is an air sign. The King of Swords is represented by the element air. So 1, this already knows this is me right here. This card represents me, and I hold myself in high esteem, high regards. But we're going to get back to this. So let's get started with the first card. Here we had the Fool. With the Fool popping up, the Fool is the very first card in the tarot reading. When I see, and it's reversed here too. With the Fool being reversed, that tells me that I started a journey and I've been well off on my way in this journey, and that it haven't been an easy beginning. I didn't get a good start on my journey, and I'm having some challenges and I'm having some problems. But nonetheless, I started a new challenge in my life, and this is the underlying problem. And with it being reversed, the Fool also tells me that this journey that I begin is like I'm repeating it over and over and over again. And that's the situation. I'm starting a new project. I started a new endeavor in my life, and it's like I'm having problems just initially getting my first step out there. But I haven't given up, and it's a new beginning. It's a new challenge that's have problems along with it, and that's what this means. Now, what covers me, this is what the challenge is, or the problems, or the what's the obstacle. Now I got the, as you can see there, 9 of Cups, but it's reversed. We have a saying in tarot cards. The 9 of Cups is known as the wish card, or wish fulfillment. The 9 of Cups says that, hey, your wish will be granted. And regardless of it's being in its upright position, or it's going to be in its reverse position, it says that our wish will be fulfilled. It's a very powerful and good, positive card, regardless of what position it is in. And just looking at the imagery of the reverse card, we got this humanoid mermaid figure that's being personified. He got his arms crossed. He got this look of admiration, content, satisfaction, like he is not going to be stopped. It's kind of like that defiant look people tend to talk about. He is not going to be stopped. Nobody's going to stop him. He is on his way to whatever he got his mind set on. For me, my challenge, my obstacle is I got my mind set on some great things for myself. I got some, I'm starting this tarot business. I got another business I started, and then I'm working on another, on my marketing agency, which is the biggest thing. It's going to be the biggest payout for me. The 9 of Cups saying that, hey, when it comes to my emotional level, my emotional contentment, how satisfied I am very satisfied. I'm very proud of myself right now, and I got good emotional well-being in regards to myself. And the situation blocking me is saying that, hey, I got a good positive outlook. And the challenge is that there's really no obstacle. This is what crosses me. This is what lay over the top of me in regards to the Fool and everything. This is saying that I got a good emotional outlook moving forward here, which is true. Like, I am very dead set on reaching my goals. I got a positive outlook. I know I'm going to succeed, and nobody's going to stop me. Here we got the 8 of Swords. And it's reversed. I love the 8 of Swords reversed, and the Tarot Revelation deck depicts this card brilliantly. Let's look at it. Sorry about that. So as you can see, it says 8 of Swords. Here's the upright position. We got a blindfolded lady, and we got the swords behind her that's kind of keeping her trapped. Well, with the reverse side, we see that she pulls the blinds off her eyes. Her hands are not as bound to her that it make it seem like in the upright position. And the Eight of Swords just says that, hey, this is a false entrapment that we have been placed in. This is the underlying problem. So what this is telling me is that what's initially started is, and I already realized this, I had myself in this false trap, this false path, this false illusion that I couldn't get anything started. But in all reality is, I'm able to pull myself out of this problem, out of this situation wholeheartedly and with everything I got. I'm fully in control. I am not out of control. I'm not out of control. And that's what this card means. It just means it means liberation. You're being freed right now in the reverse position. You had your epiphany, you had your breakthrough, and you realize that you're the one in control, and I am in control of my situation. Now let's look at the recent past, or what lies behind me. So, as you can see here, I got the Two of Cups. And it's reversed. The Two of Cups, I like to call it, is the true Lover's card. In tarot, we got the Major Arcana, and the 6th card is known as the Lover's card. And it does not represent love itself. It can, but it's not always. Like for me, it doesn't represent a relationship because, one, I'm 26 years old and I have never been in a relationship, and I don't look for a relationship. I don't need to be in a relationship. I'm pretty happy and content with myself. With the Two of Cups though, it shows that there's been a divide between me and somebody else, and I love this card, how it's being depicted here. This divide between me and somebody else, and possibly a third person. As you can see, there's another figure in the background. And I'm not getting along with my relationships with people. And that's the problem. And this is what's my most recent past. And this is true. I have allowed other people to get in my way to me reaching my goals. And what this also shows is that I might have some bad relationships, or I'm having a little feud with other people surrounding me in my life, which is true too. We're not seeing eye to eye. Some of me and my friends are not seeing eye to eye, but that's because I'm determined. I'm not going to be stopped. I'm not going to be set off course of my own goals for somebody else. I'm sorry, but that's not happening. I have learned my own lessons throughout the years not to let somebody get in my way. And I'm not letting anybody get in my way. So they can be upset with me all they want, but I'm going to keep doing what I want to do. That's going to get me to where I need to be. But the Two of Cups represents relationships with other people, your bond with them, and your friendships. And right now, it just showed that I'm having a feud with somebody. So with sorry about that. Somebody almost interrupted this video and I had to pause the video. But going back, Two of Cups represents your relationships and your bonds with other people, and how well they are going. This shows me, with it being reversed, that my bond and relationship have been shaky. We're not seeing eye to eye with one another, and that we're having disagreements, which is true. And this is what's behind me. This is what's in the past. And that's because if I pull it on relations to this card right here, I freed myself from my bonds, from whatever was keeping me trapped. And it's a false entrapment. I was never trapped in the first place. I was able to take myself out of that situation at any point in time, but I allowed myself to stay in that toxic cycle. But I took ownership, I took charge, and I took the right foot forward to putting myself on the path I want to be. And doing that, it caused relationships with other people become shaky, and unstable. But I'm on my own path right now. I'm got goals that I want to get done, and nobody's gonna stop me regardless. I'm my own individual, and I have no real commitments at this point in my life to anybody. I have no kids, and I'm not in a relationship with nobody. All I'm focused is getting my work goals done. I am an entrepreneur. I am trying to get my own business started. I realized that a long time ago I don't want to work in the corporate lifestyle. So I'm doing everything in my power to go ahead and become my own business owner. Now, we got the 5th card here. This is a possible outcome, and the outcome that I want to go. So we got the King of Pentacles. Whenever a king shows up, it shows a man or a person. Not always a man. We can't, when it comes to these court cards, we can't get hung up on gender roles. Just because it's a king does not represent that it's a man. It just shows that that energy is an energy of mastery, of authority, of leadership. With the King of Pentacles reversed, it shows that I'm bored. I'm not content right now. Everything around me is just kind of like, this is it. I don't got nothing to do. I got everything I want. What is there to do right now? This also shows the King of Pentacles reversed also says that, hey, because you're bored, you might like to play with other people in a negative light, manipulate them. You get bored, so, and pretty much with the King of Pentacles, when it shows up, it also describes a person who might be using others for their own enjoyment. And what I mean is, they're bored, so they might be like an antagonizer. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm sorry, guy. An enabler, an antagonizer. They might be provocative, causing a situation to happen that don't need to be happening just for their own pure enjoyment. Now, this is a possible outcome. What this shows is that I'm already content with what I have, and I am bored, and I don't want to be bored no more. And I want to keep moving forward to get to my goals. With the King reversed too, also shows that I might not be in charge. And actually, if we relate this to our health too, with the King, health with the exercise routine, which I have gotten off track with, and I'm not satisfied with that. I'm actually unhappy. Now, moving to the card that lies ahead of us, or the near future card, we got the Magician. Now, this is a major arcana card, and it's reversed right now. The Magician is of real power, talent, and skill. It's pretty much the ability card. It shows what you're able to do. With it being reversed, it shows me right now that when it comes to my talent, my power, and my skill, I'm lacking my skill. I'm lacking my power. I'm lacking my talent. It shows that I have the talent, and I have the power, and I have the ability to get things accomplished the way I do, and the way I want to. But the problem is, it also shows that I am unstable. I am not focused, and this is moving forward. And that is true. I'm not. That's because I am kind of being split and divided into different avenues, trying to get all sorts of things done. And this is telling me that I need to set my mind, set my goal moving forward on one thing instead of trying to do multiple projects all at once. Pretty much the old sayings goes, you're less effective getting things done if you're spreading yourself thin. But you're more stronger, you're more focused, and you're more driven, and you optimize your results, and you focus on just one single thing. It also shows that I'm on the start of something, of about a new beginning, and it's being followed right after the Fool, which also tells me that, hey, I really am on a new journey in my life, a new path in my life, and I'm trying to figure these things out. Now, the 7th card here, this is how I regard myself, how I value myself, my self-worth, my thoughts, my actions, and I hold myself in high regard. Like, I admire myself. I'm very proud of my abilities. The King of Swords is when it comes to all the kings, they're person of mastery, a person who's in control, a leader, and they have their authority in check, their power in check, and they're in control. They're very disciplined in nature. And like I said earlier in this video, these cards always do not relate to a specific gender, or male or female. But in this case, during this particular reading, and based off my question and the position, this relates to a guy. This relates to me. This is an air sign, and I am an Aquarius. This is just describing me to a T right now, and it shows that I hold myself with high regard. I'm very proud of myself. It shows that I am very happy. I don't have these negative thoughts. I don't have low self-esteem. I don't ever put myself down. I am very content with who I am, and I am very comfortable in my own skin. It also shows with the King of Swords, it also shows that the king is a person, or a person in mastery of their planning. They're very logical. They are a person who can think clearly and execute a plan or action without fail. Now, this position right here, I have the Judgment card, and this is my environment, or what others think of me, or what type of environment I am in right now. This is so ironic, guys. I did this reading. Actually, I got a picture of this, and I gotta go find it. But I did this reading like this first or second week. I got this deck here. After I purchased this deck, I did this exact same reading, and I got this exact same card. Sorry about that. I got this exact same card in the exact same position, and it's reversed just like it was before. As you can see, that says Judgment. The Judgment card, when it shows up in a reading, it says that there's a higher calling that we must answer. The universe is sending, is positioning us. How do I put this? The universe is positioning us, the individual, to align us to be prepared for a great opportunity. We're in the right place right now, and there's a lot of things going on, but with it being reversed, the Judgment says, hey, wake the fuck up. Get your mind and everything in order. Get your actions in order. Get your priorities in order. You got a higher calling that you need to adhere by, and you're not listening. Listen to the universe. Listen to your intuition. You know you got a higher purpose that you need to fulfill, and you need to go address it. Here we got the Judgment is depicted by like a angelic figure, like an angel, and we got a man right here, or a person, not necessarily a man, but like a man, and they're got their hands covering their ears. Like, they know that they got this higher calling that's being summoned by them, but they're trying to block it out. They got their hands over the ear. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to the universe, listen to this calling, listen to their purpose. It's like, it's not fate, it's not destiny, but in a sense it is. Like, there's a purpose that's out there for you and you need to hear it. And this is my environment. This is not what my friends or family think of me. This is the environment I'm in. This card says that I got a higher purpose and I'm not listening to it. I'm not answering the call, and I need to answer that call. I got a purpose that I need to fulfill, and I need to go ahead and start moving forward. And I can definitely see this. If we go back to the Fool right here, and it's reversed, it says that I started a new journey, a new path, and I've been on this path for a while now, but I'm not getting nowhere, but I am answering that call. And moving forward here is like I said, that my powers are unstable. Like I have ability, I have capabilities, and I got talent to get things done, but they're not being focused in the right direction right now. And it's kind of out of my control right now with these two. This is just how the things are. And that's because I'm not adhering to my higher calling. And I got this card 2 months ago in the same position, in the exact same position. And this card is saying, hey, listen, we already told you, you're slacking off right now. Stop slacking. Get your ass in gear and start doing the things you need to do to better yourself, to better your life. There's opportunities waiting for me right now, and I'm in the perfect environment right now to answer those take hold of those opportunities. And right now I just haven't been doing it. Even though I've been focused and on gear and getting things done, I'm spreading myself all over the place. And I already know what this card is talking about. It's telling me that I need to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's going to be the one thing that's going to bring me the greatest results. And I haven't been focusing on it. I have not. I've been trying to do everything at once, and I need to start listening to the cards and start getting everything done. Another side note, if disregarding my friends and family, people are wondering like, what the hell am I up to? And it's kind of like saying that, hey, people are judging my actions right now too, and I can care less if they're judging my actions. It's because they don't know what I got planned for myself, and it's none of their business actually. Now, moving on to the 9th card in this spread. We got the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very powerful and passionate man. He's mastery of power. He's a very active and strong individual. The King of Wands usually describe that macho type guy who's very kind of full of himself. He's like, hey, yeah, I know I look good. What about you? You know you want some of this. That's what the King of Wands energy is all about. And he's very, 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 I won't say he's narcissistic, but he is conceited. He is definitely all about himself, and he knows that. But at the same time, he's all about everybody else around him too. He's all about taking action, implementing things right there on the spot, and not letting things slip by him. And this is for my hopes and fears. And there's no fear here. There's nothing but hope. I got high regard for myself. I'm taking action. I know that I'm on my way to something great. And that's all that matters right now. My hopes, my fears, everything's gonna be A-okay. I don't gotta worry about nothing. And that's the King of Wands for you. Pretty much, it's saying that I'm taking charge of my action, and I'm very passionate about my business enterprise, because Wands represents creative energies, passion, projects such as like the arts, or like a business project, business enterprise. And the King of Wands is all about is the mastery of business and career, or any type of career. That can be an art career, athlete career, business career. He owns it. He's in charge. He knows what to do, and he's that career man. He's got that charisma. He got that charisma that everybody enjoy being around. He got great energy, and that's me. I hold myself very in a great light, and nobody's gonna ever take that away from me. And I also want to point out, like, I really hold myself in high esteem. My self-worth is really high. I don't let anybody bring me the fuck down. And in tarot cards, or in energy workings, we got the two elements, fire and air. When fire and air comes together in a reading, they infuses one another. They empower one another. Fire grows when air is added to it. They become stronger. They become more combustious. And honestly, in real life, when fire is exposed to oxygen, what happens? The flame grows. It gets stronger. And this just shows that, like, I am on fire right now. I am really, really, really got that high energy just overflowing, and nothing's gonna stop me. So this is a good pairing right now. Even with the King of Pentacles right there, it just shows that I'm kind of bored right now, because at least when it comes to my self-worth, it's like, I'm here. I got what I need. I just need to bring it all together. And then we go on to the final card, guys. We got the Emperor here, and he's reversed as well. So here's the upright position. The Emperor. Y'all see that? There we go. Now, with the Emperor, he's got his arms stretched out, parallel to the ground, as though he's ready to defend what's his. He's ready to rise up to a challenge that's going to be coming at him, but he's kind of like in a defensive mode. Hey, this is my kingdom. This is my land. I am the lord of these grounds, and nobody's going to come here and challenge me. And the outcome is, I'm in a defensive state right now. I am holding my ground, and I'm not letting anybody oppose me. I'm going to stay strong through the very, very end. And regardless of the outcome, it just shows that I'm on defensive right now, and that I know what I need to do. I'm very strong-minded. I'm strong-willed. I'm taking action. I'm taking charge, and that is where I'm going. And overall, this is a very good reading. This is just a general reading. I didn't ask a specific question at all. And just looking at everything's going really good in my life, and is fine, going great. Sorry guys, somebody came and bothered me just now. That would be the dog. But anyway, as I was saying, my outcome's right here. I got the Emperor. He's in a very defensive state right now, shown by the reverse imagery. But it shows I might not be in control of my environment or my situation too. And in relation to this King of Pentacles too, business rise, it says I might be out of control. Maybe my business ventures or what I'm trying to get started for myself might be failing. And that's true. I'm not getting nowhere. I'm not focusing on one thing. So my attempts at everything, I'm not in control. I'm failing. And now that I see this and see what's going on, I need to start focusing on one thing to turn everything around for me. But that's the tarot card reading for today. This was the Celtic Cross, and this was based off of Bert Charles. Thank you for joining me, guys, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if y'all ever want a tarot card reading, all you gotta do is hit me up at thetarotpharaoh.com. Pharaoh is spelled P-H-A, RAOH. And yeah, I got my Facebook page, so, and also subscribe and like to me on YouTube. Thanks for checking me out, guys, and I can't wait to bring y'all the next video.